Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we're back. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch RoboCop 2014 reboot that came out today, February 12th, 2014, please stop listening now. Major spoilers. I'm very frustrated with this movie. I'm going to talk about the good, and the good was the following characters, man. Samuel Jackson's Pat Novak. The character that Michael Keaton played, man, which was Raymond Sellers. The character that Jackie Haley played, and that was Rick Maddox. The character that Michael K. Williams played, which was Jack Lewis. The character that Gary Oldman played, which was Dr. Dennett Norton. The characters that stood out the most, man, were Samuel Jackson's Pat Novak, Gary Oldman's Dr. Norton, and Rick Maddox. Those are the characters that I think stole this movie from Joel Kinnaman. For some reason, Joel as Murphy does not work. Joel as RoboCop works. The thing about RoboCop, the thing that made RoboCop 1987 work is that you actually cared about Murphy. You were able to see Murphy from the very beginning when he first came on screen, how he interacted with his fellow police. And you don't see that. It's missing here. It's absent from the film. And they go straight into this negative energy between Murphy and the new head of police, the female, man. It's kind of crazy what they did with that. I don't really want to spoil that, but I guess I kind of did a little bit right there, but I don't want to talk really much more about that. But it's just negative energy with the police force. They have you go into the office and pretty much give you a lot of stuff of the movie. I mean, it's as soon as you go in the office and you feel that tension, you know that these people right inside this office, all of them, not just one or two, every single one of them are bad guys. You know that because Murphy's partner, played by played by Michael K. Williams, who plays the role of Jack Lewis, was injured. He was injured during a, I guess you can say, an attempted killing on their life. It was a deal gone bad, and that happens, later on in the movie. But they take you on a flashback at that moment, and they show you Joel Kellerman. Joe Kinnaman, excuse me, who plays Alex Murphy. They show you Alex Murphy in the past, and they show you him in an undercover type state, okay? He has a weird accent, almost like a hip-hop thug accent, which doesn't work. Doesn't work. He's like, yo, you swimming? You fishing? You fishing, bruh? You fishing? Let me see your phone. And he pulls out his gun. He actually turns his pistol sideways. It's 2028, and the pistols are still going sideways. Okay. Let's pause for a second. Once we do the flashback and we see Murphy working with his partner, Jack Lewis, there is more charisma and there's more respect, and there's more concern for Jack Lewis than there is Alex Murphy at this moment. Then we flash forward and we go to Murphy to his house, and he starts interacting with his kids. This is the first time that RoboCop has been approached with this emotional state of concern. And it would have been amazing if they would have captured it successfully, but they failed, man. They failed in the editing, the script. I don't even know what it was, man, but Murphy comes home, he interacts with his wife and kids, and I'm telling you, listen to this, everything that you've seen in the trailers is what happens on the film. If you've seen every single trailer for RoboCop 2014, you've seen them all, you've seen the movie. I'm dead serious with that, man. Once Alex Murphy comes home, he interacts with his family. He takes his kid upstairs, puts him to bed, goes into his room with his wife, and they start making out for no reason, no apparent reason. I mean, I'm dead serious when I say this. They just put it in there just to put it in there. While they're making out, in mid-makeout session, you hear this car alarm go off. And at that moment, you're just sitting here, and you're thinking to yourself, why don't you move faster? Your car alarm got off. You know, I understand. Like, this RoboCop's supposed to be grounded in reality. That's the kind of sense that you feel with this movie, because there's no playing around. There's no joking. It's not like RoboCop #1. It's not like the original RoboCop 1987. It's a different RoboCop, man. But they take it too serious. But then again, they don't really take it serious, because the car alarm starts going off. You're sitting here screaming to yourself, "Murphy, do something. Get up." The car alarm's going off, and then you hear him say, "We got to get that thing fixed." When you go and you look at Murphy's car, his car looks brand spanking new. It's 2028. I'm pretty sure that if it's 2028 and it's the future, and you got these brand new tires, everybody's driving these cars with these strange tires. If they figured out tires, I'm pretty sure they can figure out car alarms. There shouldn't be any issues. He goes downstairs. He goes to the window on the steps. He presses the car alarm button. It doesn't do anything. He walks down the steps. He goes to the window. He presses it again. Doesn't do anything. Opens the door. Presses it again. Doesn't do anything. Goes to the car. Presses it again. And then opens up the door. And then, yes, I'm pretty sure you kind of guessed it. Boom. He gets blown up. And here's my problem with that. I had no problem up to that point. Well, I had the problem with the movie as far as, you know, the acting from this actor. And everything that's happened while we've seen Murphy on screen. But I didn't have a problem with how they did that, because it's PG-13. What I had a problem with is that when you blow up a character using a car, the blast radius from that, and this is a huge explosion, there's no way that you're going to get blown from the car onto the steps. You would have been, the way that he was standing, he would have been blown by the car door into like the grass area. It was just ridiculous, man. It was just CGI. I mean, you could tell it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so horribly done wrong bad that it just gets you frustrated. There's no damage to the house. There's no damage to the garage. There's no damage to the windows. There's no damage anywhere. Now, check this out. The reason why I tell you this is because they fast forward in the movie. They show you that Alex Murphy's son witnessed his death. And we'll go into that a little bit later on. But he witnessed his death. There's no way that a kid is going to see a car explode and not pop down. It's impossible. It's impossible. Now, he went to the window after he heard the car alarm, and then because when they're making out, he says it's going to wake up his kid or whatever. And so the kid, obviously, he's a young kid. He's going to get out. He's going to wonder what's that noise is, because Murphy took so long for him to turn off the alarm. The kid would have been in the window right when Murphy was going down to open up the car door. And then after that, he presses the door. He opens the door and he blows up. The kid would not have witnessed that, period. Okay? That's my problems with it. It's common sense stuff, man. You know, if you're going to have all these explosions and stuff like that, at least RoboCop #1 was real with it. When it shot you in your leg either got shot off with a shotgun. If it shot you with a shotgun, your leg came off. If it shot you with a 9mm, your leg was still there. If it shot your hand came off. This RoboCop, for some reason, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that they could have done a lot more with it, but it's just pet peeves, man. It's like the little small stuff that makes the movie so bad, but because the acting wasn't there. So sometimes whenever the acting isn't there, sometimes it's the scene, sometimes it's the score that can kind of, you know, change the movie and actually pull it back from disaster. But the score, there was an original score. It was some of the, classic music, don't get me wrong, but some of the worst music to put in a movie that you've already seen. This was television music. This was TV music, or I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. It wasn't a RoboCop. This reboot is supposed to be like this superhero. I'm dead serious. They said this in the movie. They said it. What's the what do you say? What's the best thing besides a superhero, other than a superhero? What's the best thing other than a superhero? A dead superhero. This is the whole concept, was like rebooting RoboCop to make him into this superhero. Which I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yo, I would love to see that. I would like to see, you know, kids, you know, knock on the door, you know, during like trick or treat, and they have RoboCop outfits on. I would like to see that, but I don't see kids wearing this. I'm dead serious with that. Any products, I don't see them buying toys, because I'm not even buying toys. So that kind of tells you something there. I wouldn't buy my nephew these toys. I wouldn't send anybody these toys. I wouldn't give a bum these RoboCop toys, you know, because they're not gonna trade in for anything. Hey, sir, you need some food today? Here, take this RoboCop toy. Trade this in. Maybe you can get something to eat. He'll look at you. He'll throw that RoboCop toy on the ground. Probably kick you in your junk. And then say, how dare you, sir? I live out here for a living, okay? Why don't you go inside to Walmart and give me a sandwich rather than give me some RoboCop toy that is worthless? I can't trade it in the GameStop because they don't want it. I can't do anything with it. All right? I can't get cash for this. So, anyway, we're out of here.